Hello everyone, this is Minister William, or Reverend Will if you wish, and this is the sermon for November 27th, 2022. And as always, we'll start with a moment of silence for prayer, meditation, or what have you. Alright, thank you. I hope everyone, or at least all of you who are in America, had a good Thanksgiving. I had a pretty good one, even though I didn't have to, but I worked on my day job. Today's sermon is called Chain of Kindness. Once a man was driving down the road when he noticed an elderly lady stranded on one of the most deserted sections of the road. Even though the light was dim in the evening, the man saw that she needed some help, so he parked his car in front of hers and approached her. The older woman became concerned because no one had stopped to help her in the past few hours. And now this guy was approaching her with a grin. She became worried that the man would hurt her because he appeared poor and hungry. The man could see she was scared and understood how she felt. "I'm here to help you, ma'am. My name is Brian Anderson," he continued, addressing her. Despite her fear, the older woman told him that her car's tire was flat. "Ma'am, it's cold outdoors. Why don't you wait inside my warm car while I change the tires?" the man replied. Having said this, the man took his toolbox and began changing the flat tire of the lady's car. The man quickly replaced the tire. The older woman rolled down her car window and started talking to him as he finished. She introduced herself, said she was from a far distant place and was passing through, and expressed her gratitude to him for helping her. After setting aside tools and flat fire for her automobile, and a flat tire for her automobile, the man simply grinned and shut his trunk. "How much should I pay you?" asked the elderly lady. The man had no qualms about being paid because this was not his job. Instead, he was assisting her in her time of need. He told her that if she genuinely wanted to repay him, she should help someone in need next time she saw one. And at the time, think of it as payment for this deed of mine. The man added, on the way back to her destination, the old woman noticed a small cafe a few miles down the road. She pulled over and went in to relax and grab a bite before the final leg of her journey. After she was seated, a waitress approached her and brought her a clean towel to wipe her wet hair. The lady noticed that the waitress was in the late stage of her pregnancy, but still smiling and working hard. The elderly lady wondered how someone with so little could be so kind and generous to a stranger until she remembered how Brian, a stranger, had just helped her. After finishing her meal, the lady paid a $100 bill, much higher than the bill amount. The waitress went inside to get change, but when she returned, the old lady had left. While the waitress was wondering where the lady was, she noticed something on the napkin. Her eyes filled with tears when she read the note that was written by the old lady. "Thank you for your amazing service. You don't owe me anything. Someone once helped me without expecting anything in return. If you truly want to repay me, pass on your kindness, and do not let this chain of love end with you. There were $400 bills left under the napkin for the waitress. Later that evening, the waitress returned to her house. She was pondering about the generosity in the note from the lady. She wondered how the woman knew that she and her husband was in desperate need of financial help. It would have been tough for them financially with the baby coming very soon had she not helped her. As she slept next to her husband, she could tell that her husband was concerned and worried about the future. So she whispered into her husband's ear, "Everything will be fine." Today, we were blessed by the kindness from a stranger. I love you, Brian Anderson. Love and kindness given freely tend to make their way back to you. I heard the story like a long time, a few years ago, and anyone who is a fan of country music will recognize this as a country song as well. Though I can't at the moment recall who sang it, but yeah, one act of kindness can start a chain. My day job, I work at a retail in a store, and have seen over the years people pay it forward, as it's also called, and they will pay for someone else's bill, someone else's stuff, and it is the most reassuring thing that I see working there. One of the most reassuring things I see when I'm working there is kindness of people helping others simply because they want to. And that is the type of world I would like to have for everyone. Not all the time, but that people do stuff out of the kindness of their heart far more than cruelty is done. And I believe one day we'll get there. Just remember, everyone, when we all come together, the possibilities are endless. Thank you.